me to be here at the base of the shaft. So. All right.
Oh
so
my God.
Here's the deal, you guys. Nino's already heard this one, so this is kind of more so directed towards Naya and Pred here. So we're gonna kind of give you like a basic rundown of how things are set up, kind of like how the process works, just to get you going on it and get you acquainted with your new position. So we'll start with the basics. You guys are going to be given keys. Naya, your keys are basically just going to be doctor
Dude,
keys.
these
No official, like,
glasses slap with the sunlight.
But as for you, Pred, you're going to be given keys to the Blaine County Mayor's office. This is located at the Blaine County Sheriff's Office. You will sign in at the front desk. There is a little office up there that will take you to show you personally if you would like me to, which contains the sliders for the respective county. So you can pretty much do whatever you want with them. It's your county. Do keep in mind though that there are 2 sliders that are currently being worked on by the IT guys to separate them per county, but they have not done so. So we're leaving them untouched until they have finalized their separation.
Which one are those?
The time and the fine. Each county should have their own, but currently Blaine County has the time and Los Angeles County has the fine. But each county should have their own of each.
We'll find
out.
They
don't, so.
I won't say anything.
So in the meantime, while we're waiting for them, if they ever do it, because they've been promising it for months, if they do ever do it, then it will be there. But everything else is up to you for use.
You can make it happen. You got guns in a building in a day.
I've sent so many messages. Like, there's only so much I can do. There's only so many things I can do, right?
Oh God, who is that?
That's
can I get a python?
A what, sorry?
Can I get a python?
Like a snake? They're not illegal.
Oh.
Can I get the Marshall gun?
No, that's only for marshals.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Wait, we could try to legislate new firearms in the city, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
Of course, you can certainly try.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the legislation procedure and how that works. This is going to apply equally for all of you guys. There's a piece of legislation in here called the legislation implementation or legislation, I don't remember the exact title for it. Legislation proposal and approval process. So the process is pretty simple. Essentially, you guys will draft up your legislation. You will put together what you would like to do, and then you are going to enter it into the City Hall section of the government website. And once it enters this period, there's essentially 3 days for it to be, so it's going to be reviewed by the San Andreas Department of Justice purely on its constitutional justification and whether the legislation is constitutional, period. So that is to say, as long as it doesn't against the specific San Andreas state constitution, it's going to get put through. It's very difficult to actually fail this check. So you probably won't have too much issues with that. After that, it's going to go to the public contest period, during which there's going to be 3 days for members of the public to contest your legislation. A contest basically just means put it up to a popular vote. If they do successfully do a contest, a justice will initiate it on the docket, and then we will put up the ballots, and then people will vote, and it will be just a full majority of a yes or no, and if your legislation passes. If it does pass, then it will just be put up. Typically, we ask that you, the person responsible for its passage, put it into the MDT. If you need help with how to format it and how to properly do the transfer over, then you can always ask, but Mayor Chavez is very familiar with it. If either of you two have issues, you can always just reach out to me. That is pretty much that. If you want to amend or remove legislation that's currently in place, you just do the same process. Any amendments would just be submitted, noted as such, and the same for any removals. So that's pretty much that for the legislation implementation procedure. Next up, let's talk about your cabinets. So I still have to remove the keys from the Blaine County mayoral cabinets. If you have any people that you would like to put into your cabinet, Pred, and the same goes for you, Naya, just let me know. Any justice technically can do this. I'm typically the most responsive, but Heart or Hollow can take care of you too. We will give them tags at your request, and also give them keys to their respective mayoral staff. Any questions about that?
Oh my God.
No? Okay.
No, I don't have any questions
Arthur
at this moment. No.
Okay, very good. So I also want to bring your attention to another tool that's very important for a legislative authority, which is, well, two things specifically. The first one is the legislative audit. So you might be wondering what you can do if you don't like a piece of legislation that's currently passed and you want to contest it outside of like a vote, like if you want to argue against it. This tool is called a legislative audit. These are very easy to make happen. As a legislative authority, you can essentially do them at will. There's just a fee that needs to be paid to initiate it, and it will essentially go before a court case. Now, I should mention for this and for the impeachment section, the state has the ability to step in and take over a audit or a impeachment/authority conduct review if they deem it to be necessary. So while they do by default appear before the Department of Justice, if for whatever reason the Department of Justice shouldn't hear it and the state would like to take over, they have the authority to do that. That's that for a legislative audit. It's very simple though. You would just submit an audit, pay a $50,000 fee, and it goes before a court case, and then you'll argue against or for it, depending on what you're trying to do. And then finally,
can I use the state budget?
You can use your county's budget. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what that's for. So
Yeah.
I'll bring back to the earlier thing. Contest. You can contest each other's legislation. I doubt you will, but you could. That's what that money is for. You would pay from the county accounts to cover that. So.
Yo, what's going on, Kate? Kate, you have to keep your job.
Okay.
In RP.
Previous legislation in my county, being that it was pushed
I don't know if
by
that's a good thing or a bad thing, depending on if that excites you or not.
County mayoral office. Can I just withdraw current legislation without having
thank you for gifting. Kate, what's up?
So all you have to do, it's very simple. You will just go into City Hall and you will announce your intent to essentially delete the legislation, to withdraw it, whatever you want to call it, to remove it. And it will then be put up for the same. We're not going to review it at that point. It's just going to be like put up. And if no one files a contest for its removal, it will be automatically removed. Yes.
Perfect. Is it possible to put another legislation alongside it? Because the removal would be because I'm removing it to replace it with something better.
So an amendment?
So amendment's different than like a removal.
Well, I mean, if you're removing something and but replacing it with something, that's just another way of saying you're amending something, right?
Well, I could be completely changing it. You know what I mean? So is that still an amendment? Or
yeah,
do
an
I have to
amendment would
remove
go
it
to the same
resubmit?
process. An amendment would go through the constitutional review and then the contest phase.
Okay, so everything goes through a contest phase. Now, who has say
Yes.
in that? Is that the people in the county,
Chat,
or is it
I just
anyone
realized-
can contest it?
Anyone. The DOJ can
If you
contest.
look at these
contest just means it goes
results-
to popular vote, for the record.
It
So
gives
the
you an
DOJ
idea
can,
of
the,
how
what
many.
What if I want to
using
contest
If
the
I didn't
Constitution?
split votes with
That's the only
Pred,
document that cannot be contested.
imagine
Everything
how
else
many
can be.
these votes
There's
would have
only
been.
one person that can change that document.
Because
and that
this
is the government.
total is higher,
Perfect.
right?
So, unfortunately, there's
equal
not much you can do
to-
on that part. But literally
Yeah.
everything else can be contested.
See, this is
And more
why
specifically,
Nino
you would
had
be
an
auditing
issue
it. If
with
it's already in effect, you would be auditing it.
the
not
way it's set
contesting
up.
Okay.
it. Okay.
Yeah, even
does
if you
that answer your
take
questions?
half.
Yeah,
Right?
that suffices.
Okay. So
Mhm.
finally on this topic, we have impeachments and authority conduct reviews. So these are authority conduct reviews always existed, but I came to my attention that we didn't really define what they were, so no one was using them. But essentially, an impeachment is people might know them are essentially for people committing like corrupt acts, incredible misconducts, criminal corrupt
I'm gonna
stuff.
use
You know,
this.
like the high tier stuff that a lot of people think of. An authority conduct review is more a little bit mundane for like basic levels of misconduct and for you know, things that you think should be reviewed by an authority, but they're not necessarily illegal, if that makes sense. So let's say you have concerns about the way that someone has been performing the actions of their duty. You might believe that it's outside their scope of office. You think that they are you know, violating clauses, but it's not strictly criminal what they're doing either. That's what an authority conduct review would be for. And just like in impeachments, they will be put before a justice, and if a justice is unable to hear it because they are, for example, the subject of one, it would go before a representative of the state. Any questions about that?
No.
Nope.
Okay. So I don't have the exact numbers in front of me right here.
I would bring up the
'cause
thing,
MP's
but
acting up
now's
a
not
little
the
bit,
place.
But there is a fee associated with impeachments, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. But again, you can just pay that from your county's account. Okay. Okay, I guess I should point out some stuff. If any legislation that you're trying to implement directly opposes or conflicts existing legislation, it cannot be done via that process, and it must be either amended to not conflict with already existing legislation, or you must submit a legislative audit to contest and repeal sections of that contesting legislation before you can put forth one that doesn't. Does that make sense? So say, for example, you have a piece of legislation in place that says that the Blaine County Mayor's office is restricted to such and such, and you want to push forward legislation that states otherwise, it will be denied, and you have to clear up that conflict via the previous noted processes, which is just removal or amendment. Okay?
I have a question.
Yes.
So, since residency isn't established, when it comes to voting in laws for Blaine County, does everybody get to vote in, even people who are outside of Blaine County? So let's say people who voted for Nino Chavez.
Yeah, residency is essentially declared at the time of vote. So, yes, they would be able to.
All right, that's good to know. I gotta watch out for Larry Knox and them fucking with shit.
Yeah, if
They're
you
gonna try
have
and
made any
spike
enemies,
fuck me.
yeah, if you made any enemies in the state, this is the process through which they would mess you
I
over.
haven't made
so
any fucking friends, I can tell you that much.
I'm sure. Okay, I found the fees. It's $50,000 if either of you wanted to submit an authority conduct review or impeachment. That's how much it costs.
For clarity, if I wrote legislation and I want to alter it, would I have to contest my own legislation, or?
You would need to, if your new legislation conflicts with your previous, yeah, you would need to either remove the confliction from your new one, or you would have to amend the previous.
What if?
So, like, let's say you've
Mhm.
made it another piece of legislation that says it's legal to hunt penguins all you want. You currently have legislation
separate
that says
one.
otherwise. Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking like if you make a separate piece that conflicts with your already existing piece.
Oh,
So,
gotcha. That makes sense.
yeah,
If
like
you
there
wanna-
can't be direct contradictions.
You don't
if
mean-
you want
pieces.
to amend an existing piece. It's just same way you submitted it in the first place.
I
Yeah.
Say it's an
gotcha.
amendment.
Okay.
Yeah, if you just wanted to amend an old piece, you would just submit an amendment. I sorry if I'm not being very clear on my explanation.
No. It's fine. That makes sense.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, I just wanted to take a moment to just remind you guys of kind of what your duties are. So for Naya, your job is to essentially curate and create and oversee the operations of the medical authority, which represents every medical faction in the entire state. So that means that if there is any medical
that's new.
issues, if there's medical facilities that people are seeking to set up or attack or whatever,
I can't believe this
you are the
passed.
avenue through which that's done. So you guys are responsible for medical groups across the state. You create legislation.
Look at how
that
much we did,
guides,
chat.
the health
Look at
of
all the
citizens
blue.
and the
We
procedures
fucking
across
cooked the
state as
last
well.
3 months.
So you are a statewide authority that represents specifically medical standards and medical legislation. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
One purview of your office is that your office is responsible for scheduling drugs. So that is to say, if the police discover a new drug,
Shadow, thank you for the
I would
prime
encourage you
sub,
to read
man.
your legislation, so you kind of have an idea of what your office entails.
Mhm.
But if
23
the police
away
find a
from
new
our
drug, it
goal
will be
boys.
submitted to your office, and you will have to determine where it ends up on the
It
schedule.
did. Yeah,
The
man.
schedule is essentially how illegal it is, and then
Yep.
you'll also make determinations on its lethality. And then from
It's
there, you'll
actually
submit the
not a meme.
recommendations to us, the
hunting
DOJ, and we will
hunting
criminalize
was
it
intentionally
appropriately based off of your
written
suggestions,
to
okay?
distract away from the fact that I
perfect.
made hunting licenses
Are we
legal
able
for
to start a
felons
discussion now?
and only cost
Well, let me just
$500.
finish explaining
Wait,
everything.
let
And
The
then we can
rest
have
of
a
it
discussion, yeah.
is
Okay,
a
I got you.
distraction. Yeah, the actual point of this, which people didn't pick up on, is I made hunting licenses only $500 and available to
Okay.
available to
Sure, that's part of something you need to do. Then okay,
we'll call back.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oops.
entirely fully familiar with that, so I would
Well,
recommend that you read up on that legislation so you're 100% clear on your responsibilities. Okay.
100%, yeah. And I already did the scheduling, kind of did with Cantor
Um,
Proxy, so I'm
Awesome. So you already know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
So this is more
some
so for you,
stuff
Fred. I'm going to point
was written as a,
So
hey,
you
we're
have
doing this,
legislative
but
authority over
high
everything in
key
your
was meant
jurisdiction. I would
to
ask you
sneak
refer
in
the
felons to get
Constitution and
more
pull up that
access
map.
to shit.
Anything that is
if
in
you
red is the color I
are
believe.
a
That's
terrorist,
under your
you
purview.
can still get a
You are
hunting
responsible
license,
for the governance,
which gives
the
you
public
access
services,
to
and
the
any local
guns.
laws that pertain to the residents of your county. You are responsible for
But
the
it's
governance of the
perfect because
county's
people are like,
laws,
oh my God, there's
and
no
the Blaine
penguins.
County Sheriff's Office is responsible for the county's public services. And you can appoint a sheriff for the sorry, you can
Nemo,
appoint
thank
a
you for the
sheriff
converted
for the sheriff's
sub.
office. That is essentially your constitutional description in what you do. Obviously, that's very broad, and that's intentionally broad.
You're not allowed to have
because
the
that
gun,
means,
but once you
anything
get the
that fits within
license,
that
you can
purview
go
is something
buy
that you can
one.
be doing up there.
You'll have it illegally,
Yes.
but now you can physically
Is now an
purchase
appropriate
it.
time for me to ask a question? Or would you
Without
like
the
me to wait a
hunting
little bit?
license, you can't
Is this
physically
about what I
purchase
just said,
it.
or?
Yes, it's about what you just
Yeah,
said.
of course. You can ask a question.
Okay, so I firmly believe that. What do I like having the ability to fuck with the BCSO and pull that bitch Bones out of office? I do, but here's the thing. You know a lot about me, Angel. You know how
Yeah.
important the sheriff's position is,
I'm away.
and how much I believe in democracy and voting. Perhaps even though I have the say, which it says in the Constitution, what I wish to bring forward is I want to amend the voting one that Andy Jones put in, so that it's just a flat out vote.
Then put forward an amendment for that if you'd like.
Okay, but
if you'd like to amend the existing legislation.
But doesn't that go against the Constitution in a way, because I'm trying to let it be voted instead of? But I guess it's
No, you're essentially allowing people to dictate who you'll appoint.
Yeah.
If I get pissed off, I can just withdraw it at any time and pick. Yeah, you know what? I like this. This is gonna be great.
Essentially, the Constitution just says that you are responsible and you have to be the person who appoints it. It doesn't say how you do this appointment. It doesn't say under what circumstances. It just says that you are the person responsible for it.
You could have like a relay race that decides it.
Yeah, ultimately, it's your decision. You can delegate that decision if you'd like, but it's yours.
You're good at getting stuff, Angel. Can you get potato sacks for three-legged potato sack racing?
What? People have 3 legs? Who has 3 legs?
No, you never done that before? Where they tie a leg together.
Oh, no, I've actually never done that.
You each
before.
put a leg in a bag.
No, I know what you're talking about. I've never done it though.
Your request is
not fun.
I mean, we could see what we could do. I don't know. I'm not the hookup for that. So that kind of leads me to the next thing. As the mayor, you're kind of responsible for construction and figuring all that out. The Department of Justice, we really mainly exist as having legislative authority over the legal and judicial matters of things in the state. We're not really here to help you get construction on stuff. That's up to you to figure out. So you'll need to work on your own contacts, and you'll need to figure out who to discuss these things with, because we don't have a list for you, you know? Okay. So with that said, just to describe to you guys the ecosystem and how this works, the Department of Justice is essentially a neutral party that has legislative authority over pretty much everything within the state, between that is legal and judicial in nature. Obviously, you can read our constitutional description to see exactly what we do. But we kind of exist supposed to be the in-between and the somewhat neutral party. You two are your own individual legislative authorities for your respective areas, and you can kind of do what you want as long as it's not unconstitutional in your respective counties. And for the Sama, you obviously know what you are. We've already explained that to you.
Shark fitting!
So with that said, I would encourage you to read the Constitution to fully understand everything that it says. The rights and freedoms and the social services areas, Article 3 and Article 4, this is where you're going to be drawing your constitutional justifications. If you want to push forward legislation, you have to explain why it's constitutional that you're doing what you're doing. And you can't do it for no reason, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You need to be able to explain why what you're doing is allowed based off the Constitution. So that's pretty much that. Do you guys have any questions?
Nope. Oh, actually, I do. If I have a
combat
law...
to the death,
Oh,
is that
God.
against the legislation?
Currently, yes, but we actually do have a pending mutual combat legislation that we were going to push forward.
Oh, that would be
I don't
so
want one
good.
that's I don't
Yeah,
want a
we're-
pussy one though. I want these two. They fight to the death. That shows conviction.
I mean,
if they happen to die, I mean,
as well, and
you can consent to die, right?
Yeah, they'd be agreeing to fight to the death.
I am personally all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're working on a piece right now.
Extremely clear.
We could
Yeah, I don't have an
compete with
issue
the
with this.
UFC, Pred.
Yes, make people fight to the death. We got to find people that are willing to put it all on the line.
Well,
Yeah.
the fucking prisoners.
True.
Okay, so
you
there's one
gonna
more thing
make,
that I
like-
wanted to say before we kind of go into kind of like stirring the shit and all that stuff. The Department of Justice
we're
are happy to
serious.
work with you guys
Ask Moss.
on implementing things if they are conflicting with currently standing laws.
Ask-
Additionally, we're also more than happy to implement things into the penal code at your request if you implement new laws that are respective to your county. But we're not mind readers, and we can't do things on for you if you don't ask. So
Oh,
just
shit.
remember that while you guys do have full authority to create laws in your jurisdiction, it's not going to get put in the penal code unless you guys ask, because I don't think you have access to actually edit it. So, you know, just let us know if there's things that you're putting in or removing or penalties and all that stuff, because again, you do have full control over it, but it's not going to get put in the system if you don't let us know it needs to be put in, you know?
What about changing charges?
Changing charges, that's again something that we're willing to do. We legalized marijuana for Nino based off of his legislation that he wanted to push with Blaine County at the time. And we're not really opposed to, we're not going to really stand in your way for the most part, unless it's a really crucial charge, like of murdering people. You know, we're not going to let you legalize murder. We're not going to let you legalize. Yeah, sorry, we're not gonna.
Like the dispensary one, right? That's being reviewed. That's got to go through the special, you know.
I mean, like, I will say I don't really know about review because I don't really want to do like a review period. If you want to like work with us and create special laws with conjunction us, we're happy to do that. But that would still go through the same process. So
I'd prefer to work with you, but I do want to have people that specialize in Blaine County law.
okay, well, I know what we discussed creating a magistrate position with Nino. And we were going to go forward with that, and then some unfortunate circumstances prevented that from happening.
Oh,
But
wait,
we
what
could
happened?
definitely discuss that. I got busy and I went off to JudgeCon and then had to move for a month.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I thought you meant like we couldn't do it anymore type. Shit.
No, I was
JudgeCon?
not available for a month. So.
Yeah, makes sense.
JudgeCon.
Yes.
What's
JudgeCon.
happened there?
Believe it or not, I actually didn't get invited to any free costs, to my disappointment. So
Aww.
Quite disappointing.
yeah, I'm
Why
actually
not?
very upset about it. I don't know. You think I would? I'm very
That
hot and
sucks.
attractive, but
Yeah, why
that's what
not?
it is, so. I don't know, but maybe I'm
Maybe
ugly.
It's
next
the
time.
robot arm.
I think some people would like that.
I don't know. I bet you
Extra grip.
sometimes. I don't know, but sometimes extra grip ain't a good thing.
I suppose. I'm
Especially
gonna
when you
get
don't have a foreskin, like me.
Ask
Yeah,
Moss.
I'm gonna
Thanks
get you
for
your
the
keys.
info, Brad.
Ask
Can-
her what?
welcome.
Ask
Heart,
her
do you remember
what?
what keys we gave Cancer? Did we even give her any keys?
I believe we did. It would have been the city council.
For city council keys? Okay. All right. I want to be very clear, okay? You guys, I'm going to be giving you keys to your respective
Yo,
buildings.
what the fuck?
You might be under the impression that these keys allow you to access the state marshal's armory and the equipment inside of it.
No.
It's not. Yeah, you cannot access it. These keys do not include
I'm
that.
passing
No matter
polygamy.
what anyone has told you otherwise, they do not include that. They're respective to your areas
Can you
only,
repeat
okay?
that, please? I didn't hear.
Yes, the keys that we give you are respective to your institutions
Okay.
and not to other buildings, government buildings. So while you might technically be able to open a door elsewhere, the key is
I get it. You
assigned
can
for
just tell
your
me you're only
area,
giving me
so-
a key to my shit. That's fine. I
I'm
understand
giving you keys
that.
to the Blaine County's services, the same for
That's
Nino.
all you got to say. The second
okay.
you start
That
saying
means
this.
no locking doctors in
Well,
a
now I
private
want the
room,
magic
Brad.
key. If I'm being honest, now I want the
You
magic key.
can't have the magic key.
No magic key.
I want the magic key now.
You can't have the magic key. I'm
I'll
sorry.
give you a magic bean
Magic
instead.
key me. I want it.
Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So let's see here. I'm gonna give you your keys. Ed.
Fuck.
Okay. Okay. DOG's what's gonna be, and then departments. Pat, I need you to figure out what your cabinet's gonna be, and just send me
Well, I have a plan. Do you want to hear about that? I'm kind of
I mean, it's
gonna
not
have a
material.
bunch
You
of-
can do whatever you want. I just need to know like who I'm putting in for you. So.
Well, I'm gonna have another like kind of voting system for some people in the
Sure.
north, so that they can kind of pick their people. I want them to have people that they trust, but then if they don't work, I'm just gonna fire their ass and replace them.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you need help with the ballot measures for that?
I will in the future, but not
Okay.
now. Probably sometime in the next few days. I got to do a lot of talking.
Well, just let me know. We have a special section on how we conduct those. Basically, you know, how you dictate the terms to us. We'll just set it up for you and let it run.
Well, I
so.
also wanted to talk to you about something that I feel is important.
Okay, what's that?
And it's on the subject of legislation and stuff. Now then, I could set up my Predit stuff, right? But I feel like that might be a little difficult. I mean, I can still do it. It's just going to take me like a little bit of time. I would rather utilize the City Hall public forum in a way. If we could set up a, we don't have to call it Predit,
exactly?
so what I want people to do is I want people to be able to see things before they get. I want to be able to post them so that people can see them, so that people can comment on them and weigh in their thoughts and opinions. You know, countywide. And then
so you
also
want
what
to
I
like
want people
put up
to
like
do,
pending stuff so people can yap about
not
it?
just that. I want people to be able to put stuff up themselves so that it can be reviewed, because some people might have some good ideas.
Oh, Pred thinks people are going to look at the
to
forum.
a,
It's so cute.
when I'm available.
Yeah,
I set up an entire Discord for like
probably I don't want to use
all the
City Hall
gang
section
leaders
for that, but
and
we could
then
actually
some, and
probably get
literally
another
no one
made. I
looks
don't
at
think
that
would be too
shit.
difficult.
Can we
could
call
reach
it
out to-
Predit?
I don't know about that, but I mean, we could
Predit.
probably.
You know,
honestly,
barely
I don't
go to
think-
the
I
It's a
suppose
good
we
name.
could.
It's a
I
good
sup-
name.
I mean, there's nothing saying that you can't be Predit. I guess I'd have to.
I'm
I'll
not
ask
gonna
and
crush
see if
his
it's possible
dreams.
to do it there.
He's gonna
'cause I
learn
think that would be
And
a
then
good
we'll
spot
lay
for
out
it.
the ground rules for it and stuff
I just
like
need you
that.
to. I just need you to understand though that like any like suggestions that people are putting forward, you would be doing through your authority.
Big congrats to
people
Nino and his
technically don't
new
have the ability to push
fiance.
legislation themselves. So
Well, they're
you-
not gonna. So here's the thing: they're not pushing legislation. It's like a community board.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
people can discuss legislation, and then
That's fine.
the stuff
And
we
you
take
would
it
pick
from
it up.
there. Yes.
Yeah, that's
We
fine.
take it there. We maybe, have the legislative team work on it with them, work on it with us, and then get it ready for submission. And
Yeah,
of course,
I
they're going to
can,
be paid for their time too.
I can send a message to one of the IT guys and see if he would be willing to make that a thing. I would
Otherwise,
also
I got to
recommend.
make it myself, and I don't think that would be what the city wants, because then I got to have this.
You have to do a bunch of
couple
IT
different
work,
ways.
which you're not qualified to do. So.
Well, I'm not
Yeah.
I got money though, and I can just pay people to do it.
Wait,
Yeah, but it'd be
hold
cheaper
on.
if you didn't have to.
Yeah, I'm always looking to cut fucking corners. If I can save a couple grand, I can save a couple
Which
grand.
one?
That's of course, that's fair. I'll reach out and I'll send him a ping and see what he thinks about it, and then I'll let you know his response. Okay.
Oh.
All right, perfect.
I
I'm
would
gonna-
recommend that you put some legislation forward surrounding it, just so people can see it if they're not already looking there.
Yeah,
You
there
don't have
will
to,
be.
So.
Yeah, there will be. Well, I think that the legislation will be pretty
Hey,
bare
let's think of the
bones.
4
It will
months.
just be saying you have the right to discuss, but you do not have the right to propose and enact law. This is simply a discussion forum for legislation and potential laws changes and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Can you send me exactly like what you would like it to have? Actually, like, actually, just tell me. Do you want it to be named?
I mean, I can tell you flat out
credits?
right now. I
You
already
want it
have
to be
it.
named Predit? What else do you want about it?
So basically, it's just a community forum for the Northern Mayor Warlord's office, name pending, and it's going to be essentially people can view legislation and see. They get to see the whole process, so they can see the legislation that we're going to propose and my cabinet's going to propose. They can comment concerns on it, talk about it. They can change. They can put forward ideas for changing it, for making it better. All right, and then they can also, the public themselves can also submit legislation or like bare bones ideas that legislation can be built upon by the legislation team. It's basically a community idea board where it also has the appropriate legislation. Like I would imagine it would be, there'd be like 2 categories, right? There'd be
Can
from
you
the official
bring
mayor's office,
everyone
and there'd be
to
from
the
people.
mayor's conference room?
Does that make sense? I feel like that'd be the
y'all-
easiest
Yeah,
way
no,
to
I
do it.
just I finished
So
typing
busy,
up your, what you said, and I just sent it
should
off,
be
so we'll see what
done
they say.
here
Basically a public
any
forum,
minute.
just nothing fancy, just
I'll be up.
Sure. Yeah, I
basically
requested it.
for transparency.
Sure. It's been requested. Okay. So that's pretty much that. I'm gonna give you the
Oh,
keys really
oh,
quick,
fuck.
friend. I'm gonna remove them. You just remember, Pride, that there's a bunch of old Blaine County mayoral cabinets, people that I still have to take keys from. So you'll also have access on the MDT, by the way, to your own independent sections. You don't have to use these. I kind of made them for you guys to use at your leisure. If you don't want to use documents, that's totally
Do you want me
fine.
to call that
But
stuff off now?
you do have your own
Okay.
sections, okay?
Move it all back.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
That sounds good.
The last
I
thing I
got
want to
an email.
remind you
Hold
of,
on one second.
everything that is
I
put in
need
the
you at the
legislation
courthouse.
section
Tilly's gonna shoot me.
is unlike like a regular report. You know, you can't just change
Well,
it
I gotta,
at will.
what's
right? And it
what's
has to be
more of
done
a
through the
priority?
official
This guy and
process.
moving the ship back, or
So,
your Tilly shooting you?
You know,
Move the shit,
remember
and
what we
then give me a
discussed
call.
about
Okay.
how
Okay, I gotta
amendments
email this
work
guy.
and,
Alright.
and the contests and posting new legislation, all that stuff. It has to be done through there. You can't just post it because you want to, okay? You can't delete things because you want to either.
I promise I won't just delete things because I want to.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'd also want to remind you guys, or let you guys know, the DOJ has also gone through some internal restructuring. We did receive a letter expressing some concerns, and we also had some internal discussions. And I determined that I did not have enough justices around, so I'm currently hiring some new ones, and some old ones are requesting to come back. We already have one more. His name is Hollow, and we're getting a few more to have around. Internally, the DOJ will no longer update legislation at will. We modified that piece to now require a majority
Let's
votes
go.
of justices before legislation from the DOJ can be modified. So it's not really materially relevant to you guys, but it now means that I, as a justice, cannot just do something because you want to. Essentially, the majority of justices would have to agree on a change before it can be conducted. Okay. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. That's pretty much that. So I guess I'll just remind you again, we'll stay in our lane. We do what we do of interpreting things and just putting forth basic legislation around legal and judicial matters. We'll leave the rest to you guys, okay?
Yep.
Do I have
Oh,
a
this-
place to
Mhm.
sign on duty and I get paid for that, or nah? Just
Yes, you would sign in downstairs at the
Okay.
main area. We're gonna give you city council keys.
How much
Uh,
am I making an hour?
same.
You get to set it, I'm pretty sure, right, Nino? Is that
No.
no? Oh, I thought you did.
The
That was federal. It's not that.
yeah. So the mayors are paid like, so what I notice is there's a set federal amount based on whether you're negative or whether you're positive. If the county account goes negative, you make like $10 an hour. If it's positive, you make a standard of like 5,000 an hour. I want to say I haven't really done the calculation.
The city council pay is separate. That's a
Yeah.
flat rate.
$5,000 an hour?
Yeah. And city council, I think, is 700 an hour max.
I think that's accurate. Yes.
Oh.
I know that they petitioned to have
Yep.
it raised, but I believe the federal government.
Angel, how do I get that raised?
I actually think that your pay is. I don't know. I haven't looked at the
Stay signed in
sliders.
as a doctor,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I
you know,
suggest.
to keep your pay higher.
Yeah, I would
that's
just.
the way to do it.
I would do that. Yeah. Okay. There's also something else I wanted to do. I feel like this is a question for you and Pred. Sorry, Nino and Pred. I was very specific when I said you. I know that we were kind of
You?
keeping the sliders as they were. I think it would be good if we just set them to net neutral. Because the fine slider is jacked all the way up, and the time slider is all the way down. And I think it would be good
I
if they
think
were at a
they're
net neutral.
50-50, no? It's so
Are they?
yeah, it's
I
at
don't really know
100.
what they are. I haven't looked at them. So.
It's 100% for the fine. It was at
Okay.
125%. It's
Okay.
now at 100%, or has been.
Okay.
But it can go
Alright.
up to, I believe, 200%. Like,
Yeah, I think it should just stay net neutral until the state figures
Yeah.
their shit out. So
Yeah.
that's fine. I wasn't aware of them. I haven't actually looked at them. So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good then.
Are we able to open the floor to discussion?
If you want to now, I don't have anything else really pressing. So yeah, go for it. What's up?
Miss Nashville, what are your plans?
Oh. Well, we talked about this, Brad.
I
Well,
need to get my hospital up north staffed.
okay. Well,
Are you
for
going
us
to
to
be hiring doctors and stuff like that, or what's going on?
we're literally doing. We've been hiring, and as long as we have like, I think 2 or 3 doctors down here, we can send people up there. We just need people to want to work and
I have
become doctors.
a proposition.
Okay.
I propose. What is your current acting title? Chief of Medicine?
San Andreas Medical Authority director.
I can already see something stewing.
So then, could you appoint a chief of medicine for the hospital up north and task them with staffing the office? So that we could get people hired so someone could focus on that function, someone that's passionate and wants to build something?
No. But also...
Why not?
The problem is not us hiring people. We tweet it out all the time about it. We do all the interviews as soon as people do forms to apply for it. It's people like applying for doctor. We get maybe one application at like a week maybe or so. You just need incentive to become a doctor. You know.
So why can't we have a chief of medicine? Can't you appoint a chief of medicine that you have oversight of to run that hospital and solely their job is tasked with staffing that hospital?
Because we can't just staff that hospital. We need to. The hospital is just. It's
do like
two
scrubs.
locations.
You hire them and then they work. It would be their job.
Yeah, it do be like that. We're trying, Brad. We'd be really
Try
trying.
harder.
Okay. Are you gonna raise the pay up north?
I need to get that hospital staffed. I need to get people up there and paid.
That's
Are you gonna pay more up?
a
up
good
north?
Yes, I am.
idea. So right now we're paying, I think, doctors $2,500 or $3,500 an hour.
Yeah, 2,500. It's like 2,000 something after tax. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can set it to whatever you want. Like so to give you an idea, cost of doctors is not that much, even with the pay cranked up. So if you did put it to like $5,000 and there was that benefit, you'd probably see an uptick.
Let me ask you another question because this is important. See, if the staffing doesn't occur for that hospital, then it's going to fall on me. That's why I want to ask. You currently have San Andreas power. Would you be willing to give the power that you have in the north to someone else who would willingly work exclusively up there? So that they could be a focus and get done.
I understand what you're saying, but this is also just this also has to do with the board of directors, Brad. It's not just me, right? The hospital has a board of directors. The
board ain't been doing shit.
Well,
wait,
if you want to talk to Derek about it, good luck. But
I'll talk to Derek about it.
Wait, is Derek above you, or does he work for you, Dr. Naya, after the election today?
I am a legislative authority, right? So I don't just comment what happens at the hospital. I just legislate around it and for it. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
He's the head of the hospital, right?
So, yeah.
Isn't it? Okay.
He's the head.
So why can't there be a head of the hospital up north if there's a head of the hospital down south?
Well, no, he's the head of the hospitals. Period. Everything.
The San Andreas Medical Group.
Yep. Yeah.
So he's the one that I got to talk to.
Sure. But I would recommend, raising your pay.
That's kind of unfortunate.
Right now, I think up there.
I didn't realize. I thought Dr. Naya was gonna run it all.
So nobody will want to go up there. But hey, if you want to
no
give
one wants
incentive,
to go to work down there.
Well, if you want to give incentives for people, to get hired, if you want to be like, hey, this is a hiring bonus signed by the Blaine County when you hire a new doctor. Okay, we can do that.
I'll do a hiring bonus, $20,000.
Okay.
Maybe even more. It depends. I mean, because I need to get that hospital up there staffed. I need doctors in the north.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. There's a lot of doctors that also want to work there. We just need to make sure that the city's also staffed. So
I think, yeah.
Let me think of what can do to help too, Pred. I also want to get that going.
Pred, we could, because if the concern ultimately becomes, well, there's not enough down here, maybe we collectively raise it so that there is double the amount of doctors.
That would be great.
I mean, if that doesn't bring them around, what will?
Exactly.
Okay.
I think it's
sure we can think of
worth a
something.
try.
Mm. Have you thought
I
about
think the
selling
strategy would
IFAX?
be. I think the strategy for you would be, Nino, you boost up the pay pretty massive right now, get the doctors coming around, and then I give them the pitch, but you only do that for a week. And then what we'll do is we'll filter it so that they're getting paid more for the following week up north. So that incentivizes them to work up there. And then we go from there, and then we balance it out eventually.
Yeah.
It's about establishing a culture.
As long as doctors get paid the same or more, it's good with me. And let me think. Maybe there's something I can do
mission
about
abort.
Brad. Let me.
I won the election.
Let me think. Oh.
You were spiraling?
Because
you thought you were going to lose? I had it already. I was so excited. No.
Abort.
They can just load it up in a van and bring it in and throw it in there for all I care.
Oh my god.
Well, make them big targets.
Yes.
So.
All right.
No, they can just grab them. Well, I mean, that's
right.
why we'll pay, that's why we'll get security up there. We'll be able to create jobs.
I want you to know
that's what everything's about, creating jobs. We'll have security, armed security up at the hospital to keep things in check until we have the proper infrastructure
I need to talk to you one day, okay? But we're going to need a lot of guns. We're going to need a lot of guns, is what I was going to say, okay? So I'm slightly upset, but I am happy at the same time.
So if you get that going, that will make our lives much easier.
Mixed feelings.
Work there much more doable.
All right, I'm going to go. Bye-bye.
Operate on them on the floor.
See? God damn it, Brad.
If you keep it clean, why not?
We'll touch base on this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also need to change the name of the mayor of the North to Warlord.
I don't think you can change that. It's in the Constitution. I mean, you can call yourself the Warlord, though. I guess there's no one stopping you.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You want me to call you Warlord?
Yes.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Okay. Angel, could I? This all the justices, I guess. We sent over the
Hollow, but yeah.
Oh, Hallow, yeah. We passed over the growery and the dispensary and the grow house legislation. I spoke to one of the justices. I want to say Weiss, and he mentioned.
Oh, he's just a judge.
He mentioned it had gone to the justices and it was being reviewed. Do you know if that's true or not?
I think we spoke about it briefly, and I think our
was it you?
Sorry to speak over.
No,
I
you're
spoke
good.
about it with Rousington. I think the consensus was just post it.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I wasn't under the impression that you wanted to like develop it in conjunction with us. This is a very important call to take this.
Okay. So
that's a cyberpunk ringtone.
I mean, look at the arm if the shoe
Suits
fits.
the arm, it does, yes.
Yeah.
So I got some feedback on you. Like it was very minor from my read of both of them. If you want that, Nino, or
I would love it. My impression was that if it affects federal law, that's kind of why I wanted to send it to you guys to be like, hey, these areas are concerning from existing state legislation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so yeah, I mean,
we're all gonna have to meet at least once a week to touch base.
I can post it though. I'll do that tonight.
Yeah, because you essentially want some licensing around the whole thing, didn't you?
Correct. Licensing around all that. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we going to be able to do that get together once a week?
I would love that.
I think it's recreating the council.
Not a council.
Yeah,
it's different. It's completely
the United
different. The council
Nations
is unified. We're creating the United Counties.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Why would we, pass messages between each other when we could meet once a week and talk in person about questions, concerns, and issues?
We need cocaine.
That I agree.
We do.
It's not scheduled.
Okay.
Go nuts.
Would you be able to produce any of that, Dr. Naya, down at the hospital?
What day works for everybody?
You know what? If the legislation allows it to be illegal, and I am given the medicals or the supplies to do it, yeah.
Okay, I'll write something up.
Yeah.
Are we able to meet on Mondays at this time every week?
That works.
Yep.
Does that work for everybody in the room? It's important.
I prefer at the you know what? This is a good day.
So I think we could all agree to meet at 4 p.m. CST on Mondays to discuss things. I think discussing things in the beginning of each week would be good for planning, especially with a new mayor in the north and the current sitting mayor in the south.
Just be prepared. I do potty Tuesday nights, depending on the level of it. My memory's pretty good though, so.
Perfect. That's why we'll get together on Mondays.
Okay.
But wait until Angel gets off the phone.
Yes. You're welcome to discuss whatever you need to with everyone here.
Yeah, Nino, one thing
I'm glad I
your,
shot you.
Yeah.
Look where I am now.
All right. Well, this is...
Brad.
I'm sure this is going to be a very long and prosperous and beautiful 3 months.
I'm sure it will be too.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you do.
Oh, actually,
God
let
damn
me use this time properly. Brad, do you have anything against prescription marijuana?
I want all drugs to be prescribed to me personally.
Okay,
Tilly, come
perfect.
to the courthouse. All right.
I'll let you
I
use my
apologize,
humane labs
and
when I
I'll
get it
pass
open for
polygamy
testing
for you. How
trials.
about
I'm
that?
sure Moss
Ooh,
would
that would
come.
be great.
I'm sure Moss would love
Yeah.
to
Well,
come.
I have
like I said, we can make
marijuana,
this work. All
uh,
right.
Yeah, no, why
law
don't you just ask
ready
Moss?
to,
I'm
post,
sure
so I
Daisy would
just
love to
wanna,
be there with you.
you know,
Yeah,
make
she's
sure
your
you're on the
fiance,
same page,
after all,
and-
right?
She
So
doesn't
she
even
should,
know yet.
she should probably
wasn't
be there, you know, with you
Okay.
through this entire thing, right?
Why
She
are you
can
buying
sit
a
on
gun?
my little
We'll
fucking
meet every
indent
Monday.
on your desk
Tomorrow's
Okay.
going
if she
to be a big
wants,
day.
right?
Today is a day of celebration and me setting up my battle plan.
God damn it.
Battle plan.
Okay. Look.
Yes.
Okay.
kind of
You just come
onto the
down here. We'll
issues
talk
of
about
the
it. All right.
Yeah, that.
All right.
I don't know. I
All
think you have Miss Moss over there.
Listen. All right. Are you gonna play these fucking games?
Fucking games.
On what
You know,
grounds
what
can a
fucking
mayor
games?
enact
You know,
martial
who's
law
playing
in
the
his
fucking
province?
game here?
Okay.
Nino?
Okay. I'm in a fucking meeting right now. Just come down to the courthouse.
Let me...
All right. Right.
Read the legislation. I don't know if you can. Let me see.
Nino, you did the SEMA camp stuff. What? Can you
Yes.
do martial law?
I cannot, but in the event the state, so this was a side effect of the black goo
Still
over
in
at
a
Humane
meeting,
Labs.
otherwise I would have called
It's
you.
you know, it's for like medical tents and all that kind of stuff. So in the
Okay, so
event
it's the
of
state
migration,
Cause. Okay.
yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, for what?
I believe the only people who can declare a
Sure,
thing
I'll
of
come
emergency
down
is
to
the
MRPD
director
and deal
and
with
the
this
assistant.
immediately.
No, just the director.
Yep, I'm ready for this bullshit nonstop.
Okay. Well, emergency. Wait, hold on. State.
Oh, she said
Oh.
yes, Nino?
No.
Oh, you're engaged,
Sounds
Nino.
Wait, did she say yes?
Well, I
Twatter's
don't know.
saying yes.
Twatter.
Oh yeah, no, Moss wasn't. She doesn't know yet, but I think Tilly's gonna shoot me. So
Oh, dear.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's the
not
whole
good.
thing. I'm letting it know, like I'm super down with like polygamy and shit, cause like, why not?
Yeah, why not, huh?
Why not? You're not wrong.
Okay, someone
Perfect.
what
I'll
is
be
it?
down there shortly.
Oh.
Bye. Well, I already got to deal with people's bullshit.
Hey, congrats on the job,
Welcome to
Brad.
mayorship.
Yep.
I mean, if you guys are going to push bullshit charges out on me the whole time, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Done anything?
Wait,
Just
why are you saying it like that? You're saying it like you got
because
something.
Officers put a vindictive warrant out for my arrest, so now I got to go deal with that. I'll be back.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna get out there too.
Good luck.
Thank you so much. Judges, lawyers,
I don't have the
Dr. Nye,
keys.
congratulations.
Thank you.
All
right.
Congratulations.
We'll have to get you those.
Okay.
And I trust
Listen-
that if this shit doesn't work, that there's going to be ramifications and repercussions to the people doing this shit.
I don't know what's exactly
I hope
going
for
on
their,
right
I
now.
hope to God that their shit sticks.
Um.
I got to head on down to MRPD.
Okay. Do you want to meet my cabinet real quick?
Yeah, let me meet your cabinet.
Nino Chavez.
Congratulations,
Actually,
Mr.
you got
Mayor.
a car here? I need a ride.
Archie, you're talking me up from heaven, aren't you?
I am. I knew you had it in you. Round 2.
Round
and
2.
You're gonna do even better than you did before.
I need you to talk to Jesus for me. He should be up there right now.
Oh,
Let
he's
him
with
know
me right now.
Is he with you right now?
Yeah.
Let him know. You know, maybe. You know. You know. Cassidy.
Okay.
He knows
Cassidy. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry he blew you off at the ceremony. He was drinking wines from somebody's toes.
Oh,
Anyways,
son of a bitch. Oh,
yeah, I'll tell him.
Okay, I need
I'm
a
proud of you.
ride. Hey, Carmine, give me a ride to the PD.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll be watching.
Right.
No, I'm Democratic.
You can be communist and democratic. They're not mutually exclusive.